How's it going, guys? Sorry about the wait. I was actually up this time. Instead of just sitting here poking at things. Also had to double check, make sure that our pachinko machine actually was working, because it bugged out earlier, which was weird. Let me switch the thing real quick. Here we go. So how's it going, everybody? Hello, Sivia. Hello, OP. Hello, Phoenix. Hope you're all having a good day. Go ahead and turn this off. Everything's on. Close that. Mean what? Time save point. Whoa! Okay, right into the action, and it's already really loud. Mute it for you guys so you don't have to hear me mess with volume options. Here we go. What took you so long? See, I saved at the perfect time. What took me so long to get here? 6 minutes. Hello, Reborn. How's it going? Phoenix, I asked one thing of you, to put on that tie, and all I'm getting is a tieless penguin in a suit. Oh wait, I did forget one thing, darn it. I knew I was gonna forget something. I forgot to open up my hit counter, so I can actually change that number if need be. Hopefully there won't be a need be, but who knows? I took 1,000 hits from that last one, and there wasn't even like an investigation for that. Let's see, where is Phoenix Deaths? There it is. Wow. Yeah, too bad Stabs is gone. If you had donated 250 bits, you would have been able to keep them. I think that's how that worked. Oh wait, no, was that for the Halloween bits? I think that's for Halloween bits with the like the rip icon. I was tempted to do that. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong one. Stab Z was the little sword, right? Yeah, maybe they'll bring it back for popular demand. Just go demand it. Speaking of great emotes, here's a great emote in chat for you as soon as I press the right button. Where is it? There we go. But thanks for coming out, guys. I know it's short notice, and it's an hour earlier than usual. I actually went to bed earlier, if you didn't notice. And I was tempted to do an art stream, but then I was like, I gotta get up. So I gotta go get some stuff. No, that one's awful. I still haven't bothered with the other one either. But you're late, Ingy. It took you so long. I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet just to come as quickly as I could. Chartered a private jet? Where was he? Well, he should have come chartered a faster one. Thanks, Larry. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya, and Iris... Wait. Say something, Ingy. Before I came here, I stopped at the hospital where Wright is. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. It was in that country. The murder victim was a picture book author, Miss Elise... whatever her name is. She was found by Wright and head nun. The suspect in the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke, and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yeah, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris. And here I was convinced he was the one the police had arrested, even though he's not behind glass. Then again, does that glass even exist? However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? Those are things Wright gave me when I was leaving this room. This is the first. It said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. Honestly, I just used my lie detector I got from the police, but that never seems to work. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you've all I got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Not high school. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling the entire court before. He's got a good point. He has a really good point. How could this country's judicial system have fallen in such decay? I mean, it wasn't good when I was here anyways, but for it to fall for a paper slip. Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Why does it get worse? How could it possibly get worse? Hey Iris, how's it going? Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. That's my name if it wasn't clear. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lawrence said that he might even die. Can't tell if she's acting. That's really upsetting. Fortunately, he'll be fine. Larry, you moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he was unharmed. Something about a really fast current came to mind when, you know, dealing with that, but apparently that's not a thing. Thank goodness. But he caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman. I feel like I've met her before. Feels like... her hair should be a different color. Who are you? Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something. If you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be imagination, Mr. Edward. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple? What's that? You would think having these things in my court record I would know what that is, but I don't know what that is. It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spirit power. Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for the reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I just wear this thing for show. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at that temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, why I couldn't continue to train, to purify my soul. Okay. I mean, you've killed 2 people, potentially. I want to ask you the last night, the night of the crime. Well, 3 people, I guess. Because she might have killed Elise or whatever her name is. Alright. No, 4 people. Because that one guy committed suicide. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then I went back to my room about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights off bell at 10. Bell? We ring at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then, I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. More to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. I mean, that is pretty weird. Why would she be frightened of bikini? I mean, unless she's wearing a bikini. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder? Yes. However, you didn't go, because you said you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. This must be what Wright was talking about. Psycholocks, even though he didn't say those words. But also, what kind of drugs did you put on this, Wright? I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama in order to do something. Any idea? Do you have any ideas of what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Are we talking like Power Rangers, or...? Yes, spiritual training's been caused... What, power? No. It caused behind many great tragedies. The incident was another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a lawyer. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. I believe in giant robots. Yes, I understand. Most people... What? Most people don't. I'm certain about the thing that killed the victim was human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise? No. I'm not the one who took her life. Those Psycholox things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. We should really get the police some of these. Can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. And me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then I will gladly entrust my fate in your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yeah? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, you would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, are you his friend? Friend? Well, I mean, I guess. He did find my father's murderer or whatever. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain after what happened. I know a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he'll ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. Tell him that you almost killed him. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. I don't know how I'm going to do that while I'm behind bars, but I'll try. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. Exactly. Like, go to him while you're in prison. I mean, we could bring him here. Or put her on parole. I'm sure if we had, like, 2 cops beside her, she could go walk around. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. And gather more information. Alright, I guess we're gonna teleport to the bridge. Ew, that doesn't look good. That is not what was in that picture. Sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Yeah, it's more like... Musky Bridge? Him! Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, it's you. Ugh. Detective Gumshoe. I see you're still around. Long time no see, pal. Been about a year, or has it been longer? I don't know. Probably been like, I don't know, a month or 2. Not really paying attention to the extreme things, you know? Doesn't matter, detective. What does it matter is why you're here shuffling around. He reads a lot of romance novels, okay, OP? He knows that love has no bounds. Prison walls? Absolutely meaningless. She can break through that with her love. It might keep people from walking up and realizing that there's no actual boards there. If I saw giant boards there, I'd be like, I guess we can't go across that bridge. Ow. Oh, ouch. Hey, there's a sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyways, pal. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, pal. Let me guess, you were transferred to another section at work. Again. A good choice. The vast amount of nothing up here must be quite easy to guard. Well, listen to you, pal. Heard you were back in the country and all, and arranged to come all the way out here, pal. Keep messing up his voice. Everybody's real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. Supposed to report the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am. Detective Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, detective. Thought Prosecutor Godo was gonna here before me. You guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godo. Why is the T silent? Just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case, other than Wright exploded. It's simple, pal. Well, simple does, they say. Ah, you got no idea how much I miss that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want details, sir. May have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Was the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. Can't imagine being the reckless myself. You know, except for that time where I got shot or something. That was pretty weird. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or will that lead? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. You know, never mind, we could just, you know, get ropes, or... I guess it is a really big difference, but I'm sure there's some way around there. Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. Someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? At least she's not, you know, being arrested again. Anyways, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't exactly do an aerial extraction. How convenient. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? And without any burgers? I think that's what she likes. So how'd the bridge burn down, anyway? I'm almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? Almost 100% sure it was lightning that set the thing on fire? That's... So is Prosecutor Godo. I've never heard of him. I thought he was really famous. The Zavari guy seemed to know him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. Completely rookie, but no one can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. He's so good, how is it I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor in this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, pal. Of course. For some reason, Godo has really got in for Mr. Wright. It's almost like he's lost to him twice. Oh? Yeah, seems to have some kind of grudge. What would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. Also, mask? Better look into Godo myself. Been gone for a year, but I thought Godo was really famous. Telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep, last night snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for wait, if it snowed for the first time in 3 days, how is there so much snow here? It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. According to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. You know, somewhere around here. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. Even has the exact time the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? You got that information from the witness testimony. Someone actually saw lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. I'm gonna show him my badge. Wright isn't here to do it, here you go. Huh? What's that thing doing on your label, Mr. Edward? Is it really all that odd? You bet it is, sir. Prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like detective with a license to kill. Wait. Does this little thing hold that ominous a meaning? He didn't seem to care. See, we got weather data. What does it say? Eagle Mountain weather data for February 07. That's 3 days away from my birthday. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes past speed. The fire starting and going out. Something about reading people's hearts. What utter nonsense. I'm a man of science. How do I know about this part I wasn't here for? I don't think we need to worry about that, OP. If we go back 6 years, the bridge is going to be gone again. Yo, Angie, what took you so long? Don't call my brains turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. And how'd you get here before me? You don't even have a car. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine. The case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking requests to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec, pal. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edwards? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and, well, what kind of lame excuse is that? You call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edward the prosecutor. That's why he's Prosecutor Edward, pal. Prosecutor Edward, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edward? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Now, dude, Edward, I'll see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet. Why is it always sherbet with you? I'd say more like sorbet. It's rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. To do with, I don't know, trying to think of something else that had lightning strikes, but I don't remember. Last two cases Nick does take place on our birthdays. What? I don't believe it. As no, okay? Just trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Could he do that? Is that legal? You know what? I'm not going to ask that question. That's a dumb question. Why is Gumshoe following me? That's the real question. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should have never come back. No, don't worry. I see things how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time you said that. Just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back to your charge jet and get out of my sight, creep. I hope your plane crashes and you die. Wow. Now I'm starting to think you actually did. I'll ask you one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Why are there 3 locks? As I suspected, a psych lock. Sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. I have the feeling he was probably trying to spy on Iris. It's like that's the only thing he's really interested in here, right? So that would mean he was following Iris because he was at the bridge. That would explain why he was so happy too. I don't know. Hey, hello there. So how you feeling, pal? All right, I suppose. Huh? Who's this? My name is Miles Edward. My. Handsome boys such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances were so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. I mean, I'm not in a bikini, but what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wow. Whoa! Mr. Edward. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? That's exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach's already growling in protest, pal. So, what's the latest news about my beloved Iris? Serious expression. Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Please do not flirt with the Edward. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, me and Akela here for training. After dinner, 2 of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. I left for some reason. Must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose that was about 9 when we left there. Left here. Training last night all night long. It's extremely exhausting. Challenge Dodo's head thumb must be attended at all times to keep watch. Well, you're right, pal. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry, pal. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard, but your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back? Why are you staring at me? I'm starting to get goosebumps. Oh! I'm starting to get the goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Now you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edward? Well, I am wearing this rather loose outfit. Anyways. Alright, then I'd like to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. Must have been past 11. Ah, no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, pal. Let go of my tie. Why are you even grabbing my tie? I'm like all the way over here. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. Yeah, they're definitely the... And the other was stabbing her in the back with a sword. Did you see the criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. That does sound like pretty decisive evidence. You must have been quite shocked. Of course you was, pal. Try putting yourself in your shoes. Feel like if you're stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom, and I happen to witness it from the side stand, pal. I'd be pretty shocked too. I don't think I would ever stab him, but that doesn't really sound like it'd be too shocking. No, it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? I bet you got hungry. Yeah, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yeah, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. How would I know? I wasn't here. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone. On a block of ice. Chanting. I see. I don't know why they call you Bikini, because you seem pretty cold. Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for the lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? Did this head nun even see Iris? I think I better get some more details. Who was this acolyte that was trained at the inner temple? Name was Maya Fey. Treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? That like a 3-course meal, pal? The training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. She passed out hours ago. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh dear, there's one other thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this, pal. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya's a little sister? Oh, Pearl's. Oh, you mean Little Pearl, pal. That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? Why does everyone have such weird names? I thought she was going to visit Miss Elise after cleaning up dinner, but I haven't seen her at all since late that night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. Little girl who was with the victim the night of the murder is gone. As they say, plot thickens. Gumshoe, why are you here? He usually doesn't follow me around as Wright, so it's pretty weird. Is there anything I can present to her? Maybe the weather data. She did say she saw that. About this here. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of our guess you could call me an immaterial girl. Guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edworth? Wait till investigations. Oh no, what does that mean? Was there any other place I can actually go to right now? Oh, courtyard. Cool. Ah, glad to see they cleaned up the body, but they didn't pick anything else up. This is where the murder took place, sir. Now that we're removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way. Thought it'd be a better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitments. In that case, I gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. We've played this song and dance before. Just keep your mouth closed and I will think most of it will flow out on its own. Roger, sir. I know exactly what you're saying, pal. Very well, Detective. Thankfully, his diary of a mouth is permanent. Wow. Alright, well, let's examine. staff first, obviously. What's this? Looks like a wizard's staff. The orb is missing. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise. Nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah. Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes, what? This top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. Truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. Just gonna ignore that. I guess that does explain his long... No, don't talk about it. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victim's. Probably dropped it when she was stabbed, then. But why was she stabbed? That's the big question. You really need to find that motive. I feel like they only include the statue just to reuse this picture. And then they just painted it gold. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? Sure is, pal. It's got a... Shido, I think? I don't know. By the way, nasty place of work, sir. It's a really fancy sword. There's still blood on it. I suppose it's the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. Speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the sword, too. The ladder here, by the way, uh-oh. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match with the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. The fingerprints are on the murder weapon? What's wrong? Looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense lawyer every time? I should have really been nicer to him, I think. Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. It's no wonder he's in the hospital. The main gate must just be over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. I looked at the ladder, didn't do anything. Maya's not around for this ladder conversation. Yeah, just keeps talking about the stone walls. They do not care about the ladder. Have to come back here with Wright later, I guess. If I even get the chance. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah. They're a little too giddy, you know? Messing with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edworth? Is this the world starting to go mad? Maybe. Could we go to the courtroom? The courtyard when we were Nick? Victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery. Kinda weird how she got her license, even though her name was, like, you know, gone or whatever, but I guess we don't really worry about that. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. Estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 or 11 p.m. on Feb 7th. Not gonna say the whole whole word, because that's weird. The time of the death was blood loss resulting from a stab in the back of the murder weapon. Also, the fact that the murder weapon, impaled her stomach was not really a big deal. She was okay with that. It's just, the lack of blood really put a hinder in her plans, The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. We were just talking about it. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. Bruises consisted of falling with the height of a two-story building. A two-story building? That would be about the same height as the room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edworth. You did basic math. That happens to be the room that Elise was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword? But Bikini implied that she saw the stabbing happen after, because it was in the courtyard. There's an article about the entire thing? Oh, that's silly. I'll have to glance at that later, but it might go into future games. Now then, Detective, let's see if we can summarize what we learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini that had none, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple right after dinner was finished. You know, they walk like this. You know, the witness was in front, of course, because that's how witnesses go. At 10 p.m. after ringing the bells for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. You know, for some reason. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. Pretty scary stuff, don't you think, pal? For more details, she asked Bikini herself in the main hall, even though we just talked about her. Inner temple, I'd like more information about that place. Trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I already know this. Pretty sure it's that Goto guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. Yeah, wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear court the role of the defense lawyer. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why. I'm not the one you have to worry about. You have to worry about yourself. You'd be like, alright, I'm going to prosecute this, and then you'd turn around and be like, alright, well, I got a counterpoint. And then your prosecutor self would be really upset, and then your defense self would be really smug, and then it'd flip around somehow. Probably some fake evidence your defense self didn't know about for some reason. But, you know, I think the real problem's going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. I don't know about that, actually. I think he'd totally forget by now. That's why I requested another judge preside over the case. We've only met each other once, there's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone here made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Then why did you ask who was going to be the prosecutor? Wow, Mr. Edward. I had no idea such a powerful string to pull. What is this inner temple that Maya's supposedly training at? According to Bikini, there's an old building they used to use for training for the aqua hoist, pal. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. Dusky Bridge that burned down. Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, nothing. I mean, there's some trees, I guess. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. Also trees. In a way, it's kind of like it's a little island out there. Except, you know, it's on a mountain. If you filled it with water, I guess it'd be like a little island. Well, that's weird. So the only thing in there is the inner temple. It's not the kind of place a person can survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Oh, it's nice that he cares. Even though he has no real reason to. Have they even, like, really interacted much? I guess she did give him a hard time. You know, a couple times, actually. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How'd you know? I don't know if that'd be relaxing. Alright, well I got some things to present to you. What do you know? Let's go in order. What do you know about this? Nope, nothing. I feel like she would know about that one at least. She'd at least be able to go like, oh, that was Elisa's staff. What about this? Well, thank you for the host, Archie. Hope you had a good stream. Guess let's go around. Well. That's the Demon Warning Hood. How'd you get that? Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession to evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear those protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You don't get any protection just by holding it, you know? Put it on already. No, I can't. I was just... Oh. Haha. It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edward. Oh, he's actually got it on. What do you mean by that, detective? Looks absolutely marvelous. Gotta keep it on for a while. Some sort of divine retribution. Actually put it on. Hey, Maestro, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Map. Wait, I didn't ask about the scroll that I shouldn't know about. Well, look what you found, somehow, and apparently are holding it to me. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Misty Fae. Fae. Someone's drawn it, though? That is a good point. Day's going pretty okay. Let's see. Yep, it's the first picture here. Someone has actually drawn this. But I'm not going to show it to you, haha. Because that's work. Been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Was it Maya? You know, the only other Fae I'm aware of? Well, I myself is part of the branch family of the Fae clan. Even I am not privy to the information concerning the main family. That's actually news to me. I didn't know she was related. No, I can't even download it, so... Hello, Gob, how's it going? Could be. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you enjoyed your avatars. Let's talk about... Elise. Oh, why'd you show me a picture of a dead person? How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Come on now, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame on yourself. Quiet, what do you know anyway? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad you weren't the one that disappeared. Why'd you have to take it all on me? And on my coat. This is a really good coat, don't you think, pal? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. You said you went with Maya on the training hall in the temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after the ringing of 10 Belford lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the Inner Temple then? Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, Maya began the training ceremony. But that doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. She said that she never went to the Inner Temple. As they say, plot thickens. I don't know how I read your mind or anything, pal, but, I just realized we actually have Phoenix Wright on here. My friend since grade school fell from Dusky Bridge and is currently hospitalized. It actually says friend. He's a very important visitor, you know, an honored acolyte. Honored? How so? Well, the Fae name is synonymous with the Korean channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit being of great power indeed. Did you mention it? 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Korean channeling technique. Detective? I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midi-chlorians? Oh! So that gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edworth? I got nothing to do with it. Doesn't look like we have anything else to talk about, so I'm leaving. See you later. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe he scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a psych lock. Guess I have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. No tracks, but... So was this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains? Hey, this gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. Got an idea for a brand new invention. Might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. It's called a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Should you go for a ride in something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Pretty sure we have those. Any clues here? Thank you for the auto host, Angie. Appreciate it. Guess we can go back to the detention center. Why are you here? Tell Iris that what's-her-name says something different than what she said. Ah, Mr. Edward. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. Inner Temple. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. First off, her name is Dumb. She testified very clearly as to what happened. Said that she saw you stab Miss Elise with a sword. And that one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training in the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. Wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psych locks. Alright, well, guess we're going for it. Take that! Oh, that feels weird to say. I was frightened. Since I have been handed this case, it's my duty to dig up all the answers, understand? Yes, sir. The smallest frame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again, especially with Wright. Every single time, it's like, ooh, there was a ladybug in this picture, but there wasn't a ladybug in the actual case file. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, apparently that's a different time zone completely. It's like, oh, okay. So I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last time? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case. What the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I guess, I don't know. Perhaps this is what you're afraid of. Well, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Huh? Oh, well, okay. It's just that your eyes are scary. Blast! Must be trying too hard to bluff. Please excuse me. I'm still not used to this role I've been assigned. No, I should apologize. I'm sorry for being such a scaredy cat. Ow. Okay, well, I figured maybe she saw the bloody murder, but I guess not. What would she be afraid of? Lightning, maybe? Yeah, I guess she could be afraid of lightning, huh? Take that! Nope. Jeez, I am bad as Edward, apparently. Thankfully, I'm gonna get healed after this. Otherwise, this might be a massive issue. You know, just in case I die. Go ahead and cheat, because I have the power to that. I don't really know what to go for here. Like, what could she possibly be afraid of? I guess I have to go talk to, what's her name again? What's her name again? Bikini. That's her name. It's like, what would she be afraid of? Let's see here. Seeming out of place when you mess up. I don't know what you mean. Anything about this sword? Alright, I asked you about this. I am wondering where Pearl went. It's not like her to disappear like that. Tell me about Iris. does seem odd that he would mess up, but actually, what do you think about Larry? Larry Butts. His Mystic Elite's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have had a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate. Huh? Oh, I don't blame you. Sister Bikini understands the temptation of young men. Sure. Afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am a head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. Wow. Edgeworth with the mental harshness. It's like, what would she be afraid of? Like, lightning was my first guess, but I don't actually know now. I mean, it could have been, I guess she could have been afraid of Nick, but he was there, so, like, they talked. So... I don't think it could be that. Let's see, is there anything super spooky out here? I don't really see anything major. Seems like these things are connected too. Might be at the bridge. If it was on the bridge, I didn't really examine over there. So let's go look at that real quick. Man, being a detective is hard work. Like, what here would she be afraid of? So this is the bridge that Wright tried to cross. Pretty X, if you ask me. Amazed he survived a fall from up here. Yeah, one lucky guy, sir. Now see how I managed to win the case in his court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright better. Wow. Harsh. Some letters are wildly engraved to a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. Certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. The sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Ah, you're right. Dusky Bridge after all. Guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. Oh my, I mean gumshoe. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore. That's true. Since we got here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure. Why not? Ah, darn it. I have a camera with me. Gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir. What's so special about public phones, and why is he so fascinated by them? He actually might have left. Little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? Like a rundown doghouse. The losers can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I call it false advertising. Oh, I named my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name, if you ask me. Yeah, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. I don't really see anything major here. What was she afraid of? Maybe we talk to her more, I guess. Well, I have the feeling we're going to be using that a lot in this area. Let's see. Just talk normally. I don't like to walk alone. And last night was... What about last night? Well, nothing. It's rather silly. So there's something special about last night, Eh. Doesn't that mean I was right? Because it says... I gave her the weather data, right? Whoops. What was that? I got no idea. Like, I can't say she just straight up lightning, right? I got nothing, guys. If it wasn't lightning, I have no idea what she could be afraid of. Except maybe Phoenix, but that doesn't really make sense. Not to me, at least. What's this little door? I cannot look at this little door. Why not? It's a tiny door. She won't say what... Hey, wait a second. What was that? There are more Inza cushions in the corner of this room. What's this white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Do you mind checking that out for me? Yeah, sure. Why not? Here you are, sir. Mr. Edward. Looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah. What is this, detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue. Super special clue. Suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. I did not expect this. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your sister to, your secret to be exposed. Not your sister. That'd be weird. Sounds like a blackmail letter. Let's go on there, Mr. Edward. You can never find clues like that. You're an ultra-important prosecutor. Super-duper prosecutor. I suppose that takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Wow, rude, man. He's trying his best, okay? It's an altar with a giant Magatama shrine on it. Lots of candles lined up for it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe we should blow out those candles over there and make up for that. Mr. Edward, would you mind signing my happy birthday to me? Stop that. Stop that out. Don't blow out the candles. If you do that, you'll be haunted. Maybe that's what she's scared of? She looks really nervous. Let's see what you know about this, actually. Do you know anything about this old, crumpled-up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Ah, so Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess we'll go try this. Suspension bridge. I have the feeling it's gonna be something really dumb, though. Something super dumb. Take that! Take that! Alright. I was just missing the clue entirely, I guess. I found this in the main hall. It's addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Ah! I mean, yeah, it'd be really scary. Was it the evidence or my power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way, as long as it's broken. Mr. Edward? Yes? I thought the letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yeah. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini's like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly the nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. The only person she seems to care about. Take that! Take that. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. That you're actually a redhead. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much. Especially from a friend of his. Well, we did it. I guess. I expected lightning, but I guess not. Oddly. I feel oddly refreshed all of a sudden. Strange. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall letter mentions? A small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? More like a broken down shack that no one ever want to go near. It's kind of surprising that no one's broke it down already. Where is it on this map? Why is that not already on the map? Why was that on the map before? It's around here. To get there, you must follow the small bridge path down Dusky Bridge. The reality is, people go to the Inner Temple. To get to the Inner Temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought of such a terrible criminal to be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair, I didn't want to think about it at all. So it was a secret you locked away in your heart? Yes. Looks as though I might have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some son of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim that you never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. I'm going to win this so you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. Because I'm apparently a really good guy. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. It's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is. But he has no idea who I am. I think he has a pretty good idea. Pretty sure he's got a pretty good idea. Anyway, let's go to this Heavenly Hall. I should have suspected this. In fact, I think I did. My first thought when I saw that note was, oh, it's probably something Larry threw away. But I didn't expect it to be this awkward. What's with all the flags? Why all the flags? Well, not much to view down here, huh? Still better than my view of the apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is gonna be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. Just talking to himself. He's talking about me? Shh, be quiet and listen. I want an image of Edgeworth and Gumshoe hiding in plain sight with Larry talking to himself. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What does he do, I wonder? Hey, you! You probably what you just said. I got an objection. What the? Edgy! Dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf. Sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. In an out-loud commanding voice, too. I even pointed my finger. You watch too many trials. Phoenix's trials, specifically. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Hiding behind the same tree. And you can see his coat sticking out, of course. What is this little shack, anyway? I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This here's a great place. It's artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power. Looks like it's about to collapse. That's like a lot of my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one's likely to show up and disturb you here. So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? How about some snow? I got plenty of that. He's getting all buddies on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. She's adorable. Anyways, I've made my mind about it. I'm gonna marry that girl. Mr. Edwards pretended he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet. I can tell you how she feels by looking in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over this threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. Probably, but not for the same reasons. Never imagined I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked, indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What's this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. About Miles Edgeworth back. you really want to know the answer to that, we're gonna have to drag him to the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? Oh, that kind of attitude, you'd never be a ladies' man like me. I'm pretty sure Edgeworth gets asked out all the time. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it, if you really want to know. Last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. I was gonna mention this and then completely disregard what I was about to say. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? I mean, with Phoenix, maybe. But with this guy, I don't even remember him. That's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Call this art piece Weenie Gamboulet. Yeah, that's a word. It's a horrible graffiti problem you got there, pal. I'm gonna repeat myself real quick, because I was trying to look at the picture and not, anything important. What's with the flags? Okay, I'm really curious about the flags. What was this festive-looking ornament? Reminds me of art class in grade school. Used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami. Remember? Well, oh yeah, you were never any good at it. Really? Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there and sobbing. Really? Never really expected that, pal. Be quiet already. I never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, edgy. Nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy. Yeah, it's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's exactly why I hate childhood friends. Always bringing up the bad memories. The Eagle River, sir. Runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over, even in the winter. If it iced over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble. You're right about that. He would have landed on the ice and slid downstream for who knows where. Not exactly what I meant, but alright. Straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow. That makes it for a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look. Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name for some sense. Got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place is be heaven, because that thing is hell. Wow. You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place for some people. Also, that Wright fell from there. You're saying he went down there? That's pretty rude. Anyways, I guess it's Magatama time.
Take that!
Take that! Night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me exactly what you really saw last night. Well, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? I guess you're on edge. Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. Around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! Well, the whole world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? I already knew that. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving such an evil eye? Tell the truth. That means he's still trying to hide something. But he's really good at doing that, to be honest. Where were you when you saw it happen? Well, where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as empty jelly jar. Problem, I suspect, lies here. There? What do you mean that they're there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike a Dusky Bridge from your room. I guess the temple map? Yeah.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. Ba-ba-ba. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from there. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? You feel like talking now? About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple. So then where were you? You don't know I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer's fairly obvious. Very well then. I'll test my theory. It's kind of fun to see him just sitting here with his arm crossed. Not actually holding the map, just mentally pointing at where he's going to go. He was here for sure, right? The place you saw the lightning strike was from, naturally, Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging around this old shack? Freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it would fall at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. In other words, you've just provided evidence to prove my theory. You've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, I'll put that one away for later. Brag about that later. Well, then again, it's Larry saying it, so I'm sure Nick will probably just be like, yeah, and? What were you doing in the cold little shack last night? It's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. So he was waiting for Iris. Take that! Take that. There's only one person you wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. Told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you never said that to him, did you? The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. Glad he's fully aware. Do you think I had the hot for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line in this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that you were waiting for Iris. Yes, Pearl Fay told me. And Pearl would never lie. Take that! Here's your evidence. You called her the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. Why are you doing that anyway? It's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what's this top of the letter? It says, salutation here. Well, that's what it said in the book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. I'm so sorry. If you weren't such a big jerk, I'd probably care. So you were here at Heavenly Hall last night, were you not, Larry? You saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry done cut, you scumbag. Threaten a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? Threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Lady Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? Where did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. Sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Have you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hot that you could melt all the snow in the mountain. What is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Andy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about a secret love between her and me. Obviously, you wouldn't want old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair? Alright, then why'd you send the love letter in a business, like, manila envelope? Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Why are you so quick to apologize, pal? Because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. Guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I'd add that to Quotra. Just, shouldn't expect that much from a guy like me, Larry Butts. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. saw something incredible. Just fades back to the same face. He's right. Good job, Gumshoe. Larry. What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike the Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Yes, Larry. Edgy, what are you talking about? I believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing, pal? Got anything for Mr. Edward? I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Huh. No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag all the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. To be continued. Wow. Of course, Larry is the biggest problem we have. Prize 5 is the max lock. But what could he have seen that he would actually be defended by? Like, defensive about, I mean. Maybe Pearls? No, he wouldn't be defensive about Pearls. He wouldn't care about her. Oh my, Mr. Lars feels that way about me? Apparently. He isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. Or happy. I'm not entirely sure what that expression was. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not, in any case, whatever it was that he saw the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lawrence is the witness today? No, I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise, correct? That is correct. It was not me. Very well then. Mr. Edward, you're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, even though it's very obvious. Don't worry, I've taken the necessary steps. You have? Iris, it's a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and believe until the bitter end. That's what a friend of mine told me once. Mr. Edward, you may pass judgment from the defense chair. You were the one to decide whether or not I am able to do the task I've been entrusted. Edgeworth puts on a mustache, that would be great. Just put on a fake mustache. No, put on the nun hat. That's what he's got to do. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Like, no one would ever suspect that he would put on that hat. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Nick didn't give us the, just the fake one. Just the fake paper badge. No one's here. I'm all alone. Going down set for trial, Sister Iris, eh? Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution's not here, Your Honor. Defense does appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case, eh? Indeed. Not sure I like such a planned waste of this court's time, eh? If the prosecution chair can only mean the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove the case. If the case is already over before I had a chance to begin. Alright, innocent. Ready to announce my verdict this time. Court finds the defendant.
Objection!
Objection! Oh no. The return of Francisca. I'm not very surprised. It's like, out of all the prosecutors we've seen, she's the only one that would do something for Edward. Payne, maybe. Just because he's a big baby. Ta-da! The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I'm sorry I was late. I had to get my whip rehandled. And you are? Francisca von Kama, prosecuting prodigy. Von Kama, you say? Not sure how I feel about that. What do you relation to the legendary Prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? Look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? There's no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. But I'm sure once before in this courtroom, maybe like a game ago, I told you there was no such weakling. Was that a whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip at—
Hold it!
Hold it! What was that? I have no objections to a whip. You don't? Prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. How do you know that? But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. I don't know what that word means. That may have things I'm not sure about. People are acting bizarrely in my court. Yeah. The stage is set. Now let's continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna ignore the whip, I guess. Please give an outline of the case. With as little whipping as possible. I was expecting her to whip him right there. Yep. The murder victim is the famed book author, Miss Elise. I can't say her name either. Her body was found in Hazuka Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. Yes, that's right, the statue killed her. So in this picture, it's the weapon in question, correct, eh? Very well, court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Well, they took a photo of it, but okay. There's no mistake, this was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there was a witness to the crime. Okay. Please bring this witness to the stand. We're not starting with Gumshoe, giving an outline? Okay. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Well, I have the feeling he's gonna eat the— Oh, she's too short. That's adorable. Hold on there. Not sure if I care about this at all. Witness, please stand up and sit up straight. If I recall correctly, there was a few milk crates in the defense lobby for the witness with bad backs. Bailiff, fetch a crate with the poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hazuka Temple, Eagle Mountain. My name's Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet you, everybody. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Oh, why? The courtroom in the Garden of Holy Judgment. Those with lechery in the heart should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? Now I need to get bikinis in, Twitch. Let me tell you, I'm excited to behold the summer. Oh, wow, he actually is wearing the badge. It's kind of hard to tell because it's just a little golden dot. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place the night in question. I'm going to wiggle my finger in this direction. That's right. I can so hardly believe myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do a little thing like that. Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your movements last night, eh? That night, I was helping the acolyte with the training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up, violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura temple. There's no bathing in the temple, you see? Don't know why we didn't install one at one point. You see, I need a hot, long soap. After I had finished just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So simply a coincidence you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yeah, I could say that. If my back hadn't been in such much pain, I would have stayed in the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see, and you're not about to fall for the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth? Why are you testing me? Listen, sis, I know it's been a while, but, you know, you can just say hello to me. You don't have to do all this floundering around. I would honestly love it if he just called her sister. That'd be great.
Hold it!
Hold it! What is this inner temple? I mean, I know everything, but you might as well explain for everybody. Well, see, conversing with spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be ones asking questions, madam. Okay. In order to do that, a place with strong spiritual power is required. There is a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It's all quite exacting? I feel like I probably said that wrong. Can't be performed without none supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. Why did you say that? And if that's the case, why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? Okay, we're gonna ignore that one. Because I don't think her back is really important. You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? Acolyte's training, of course. It's past 10 p.m., so we're starting into the training hall exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job's simply watch over the acolytes so they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the Inner Temple, correct? Yeah. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. At what time? That's important.
Hold it!
Because if it was at 10, she was ringing the bell. Like, exactly 10? She was definitely ringing the bell for lights out. So you returned to Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath. My back is to blame for everything. The doer to be done in kind of world after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. Mr. Next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to wash the young ones. Well, what are you going on about? Ow! Why? Pathetic Miles Edgeworth. Lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be reposed for too long, you understand? So... didn't answer the question, though.
Hold it!
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway where you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. Certainly seems to be true. There's indeed only one problem with this testimony, if I can clearly point out what it is, then I begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Guess we'll press this one, because I don't actually know what the one thing is. Violently? That's right. No laughing matter, especially in the winter. Can't hold anything heavier than a knife or fork during the cold months. That sounds pretty bad. You probably did get that checked out. Just like being alive in strict training. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again? That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted on... I'd say more like chicken pen if you can't even lift a fork. But whatever. I was doing... Unless I warmed it up, it was gonna finally finish me off. I don't actually know what they're going for here. So there's one issue. But what issue am I going for here? Isn't that a pretty picture? Why is there a castle in the background? Weird. I guess the only thing that really sticks out to me is probably Iris's testimony, but...
Hold it!
With what? I guess we'll go with the testimony. Oops. What am I doing?
Objection!
Objection! Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, well, well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. Head honcho of the Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris, claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that? The defense or witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. Objection, but that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. That's a good point. But that's odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. Does indeed have an honest side. Oh, okay. All people lie. That is my belief. I'm the only one being whipped here. Which means, let's call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? I'd come right up there if it wasn't for this really bad bag, so count your lucky stars. That wasn't what my memory's perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edwards, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Then we'll return to the cross-examination. Hold it. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still have to wonder. First off, there's no way I would possibly ever know this, because I don't know what she was dressed at dinner, but Nick knows. I mean, Phoenix knows. Wright knows, whatever I call him. Objection! She is not wearing her hat. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That's a very important piece of clothing. I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Why do you have that? Objection! Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights-out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, the defendant couldn't have been wearing this very hood. Well. I like how she's actually on boxes. I didn't know she was that short. I have a bad feeling at all this. Wait, it's not a bad feeling at all. Exposing contradictions like this, I should probably get my own badge. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. But jeez, these guys in the courtroom are really noisy. What? Sister, this hood, you have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each one has only given one hood. This should have been the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. What? If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction there. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as these will sow the seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Well, I don't wish to call upon your testimony into doubt. Must give every detail of precision. Some of that badge cardboard. I think I heard of a lone shark there, or a lone tiger, that will make one for me. I'm not sure what comfort going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back from the inner temple. Those seeds are now sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Apparently, I am also into watering plants. Edward does seem like he would be like the type to have like a bonsai tree or something. Wait, didn't we see his office once? I feel like he might have actually had one. I finished my bath around 11. I thought I should return to the inner temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and bang! Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise. With that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces onto the courtyard. Stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. If I was in your place. Then it would be much more like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I committed such foolishness. Commented on such foolishness. Or committed, I don't know. Anyways, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Gonna have a sibling spat in the courtroom. I think I already know where this one's going. Let's see here. Autopsy report. After death. Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise. So now you can just go, nope. According to this autopsy report, happened after. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyways. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in the winter. However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? I didn't actually have time to look over it before. Hang on. They didn't allow me to read the plane. Something about the height was going to mess with my eyes? I don't know. I'm not very used to traveling over countries. The victim did fall. What? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah. That's right. It says after death right here. I don't know how they would really determine that, but the scene the witness claims. Wait. The witness claims. The scene witness claims to have seen is contradictory. The defendant stabbed and killed the victim near the courtyard. How did the victim go on to take a 10-foot fall? Or the court. The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room, and then she was thrown out her window onto the courtyard below. Objection. What? Were there any signs of struggle in Miss Elise's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Don't ask me questions, but no traces of blood were found in the room. Whoop just caused traces of blood to be found in my glorious payoff beard. However, there was no blood in the room. Ow. I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. Most blood? Very little blood is actually lost the moment of the blade insertion. You want to take about the most blood be lost from the body? That would be when the blade is removed. Indeed. When the weapon is still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. If the weapon is still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. You know, normally, Phoenix would be like super nervous or like surprised that someone pointed that out. But Edgeworth is just like, yeah, you're right, but... We have to come to conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. That removes all the contradictions. Order in the court. You guys need to shut up. That is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. Locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems we no need for a clear testimony from the witness. We want suspicion from your part. Tell us only the truth, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. He's just winging it every... Well, of course he is. He's a bird. Especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With my whip, I'm assuming. With the whip. Thanks, Edgeworth. Oh boy, alright, alright. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Boom. Think about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I awoke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. It all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisca Von Karma. I'm here to teach you just that. Even though Phoenix already did.
Hold it!
Hold it! At the time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
Hold it!
Hold it. Think carefully, this is very important. It's Iris you're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in a room and then dropped into the courtyard. You know, except for the whole fact that the sword would have to get into the room, past Phoenix Wright, but we're gonna ignore that point. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it! So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it is splattered on the Iris, too. Did she have blood on her? When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-fleckled clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Press further, absolutely. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed, but now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What'd you see? Maybe I didn't see poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. More like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? I mean, a little bit, yeah. More important than you can imagine. Smoothly drawn out. Really? So it doesn't necessarily mean that she stabbed her, but she did pull it out. And then put it back, I guess, which is kind of weird.
Hold it!
Hold it. Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? Like Smooth McGroove? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Amy. Mystic Elise was on the ground, and Iris was stooped over here. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. The sword slid out from the gaping wound. Ah! Goes without saying, if the sword moved, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is out of place. Something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. Yeah, the sword itself is not down to the hilt at all.
Objection!
That's what I was thinking it was going to be, and it was. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? Makes it sound I'm a liar. But you're handsome, young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt in the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these complete impossibilities. Now, what's he talking about? It's just a sword, right? What do you mean? Please, explain, eh? Oh. Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with a hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Objection! Doesn't appear? What meaningless drivel? I, too, may appear to be weak and frail. To who? But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. Objection! That isn't the only issue here. I am not denying your lines at all, but if this sword was truly stabbed up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's true. We also wouldn't have a problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more conjecture, which just happens a lot in this courtroom for some reason. In reality, this victim was stabbed with a shido. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop blood loss. Objection. I'm not finished, so please stop objecting. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more. A triple contradiction. This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah. If this witness is telling the truth, there should be more blood on the entire length of the sword. Oh no! Why did I even come here if you were just going to badmouth me this whole time? Wow! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth, raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could have maybe managed one, if that. Phoenix kind of did that a lot too, but we're gonna ignore that. What does it all mean, eh? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but I've come this far, there will only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the sword thing. A foolish idea born from the foolish minds of a foolhardy, foolish fool. Did that in one breath, good. Let's examine this again. What made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well... because Mr. Gamey was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe the Shido was the murder weapon. I mean, it's true. It could have just been a regular knife. Order in the court. Ow, why? So maybe this Shido was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. So the defendant stabbed the victim with a sword-like object. Yeah, that's true. You spot, Miles Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. Obvious question? Where's the sword? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Say exactly what it sounds like. Looks like. It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us to the sword-like object that was found. That's... answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. Trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me. Can I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking. Possible. That is, maybe. What actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? Going on about? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword is disposed of. You what? Ow, ow, ow. Well then. I think we need to hear this testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I saw the murder around 11 p.m. After asking what time reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. I ain't seen tracks. It takes 15 minutes to walk from Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon in the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best shape. Or with my back and age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. There were? Here's a photograph. Oh. There were. Snowball, eh? Yeah, it certainly is an interesting theory. Wouldn't that have left blood, though? Like, on the snow? But, you know, whatever. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes. The Eagle River's cone is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in the winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of a murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? I don't think so. Larry would have seen her. But I mean, someone had to, right? Okay. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Wait, he's here. Right. The one with traffic. Seems she is the type to hold a grudge. There's a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway. Really scared. It was getting wild to get back, so I thought I'd go to the main gate for a spell. I wonder if Phoenix saw this. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yeah, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So she had already gone and discarded the murder weapon and returned by that time. Not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Rest further, of course. Need answer to every possible doubt. Snowmobile in question. Was it still warm at that time? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. Goes without saying using a snowmobile would heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. Never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. The answer to the question, please, witness. I don't have to go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Yeah, for some reason, only snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses! How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge on snowmobile? How do you know that? Hold it! In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. About a month ago, I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be, fetched some water, and was heading back when I went and crashed to a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. I guess now we know why her back is actually bad. Not just age, just she hit a tree.
Hold it!
Hold it. Refresh our memory, how long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Hold it!
Hold it. While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here. What would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do any of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there's other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Response, Miss Von Karma? Ow, why? Turning me to help with the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Whatever the reason, the fact remains the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon is disposed in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed to the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem in this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Press this one. You're sure about the time? Yeah, I was worried about it, and after all. Why is that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. Why is it always this time of year with her? Acolyte was doused in freezing water at the time. Couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister. She's being very respectful. Weird. Might actually respect the sister. What contradiction do I have here? Is she wearing sneakers? That's kind of weird. No, I guess those look more like sandals, I guess. Like, the sneakers would not go with this outfit at all. Oh, wait. There are footsteps there. But are they over the actual thing itself? That's the big question. Or are they under them? Those footsteps are probably Phoenix's footsteps. Anything else I have? Because I don't actually... I'm not actually pretty sure. The big issue is Phoenix would have seen all of this, but he didn't give any indication of this, but I don't have any evidence to prove that. Hold it! Tracks indicating the snowmobile have been used. As I recall, there was a snowmobile in the gate. Bleh. Oh, stop here. Well, then witness how long did it take to reach the bridge by snowmobile? Let's look at the weather report too. Let's see. 7 to 10:50. Lightning to... Okay, so it couldn't be the snow, right? She passed out at 11. I got nothing. Let's see here. Look at the tracks again real quick. Saw the murder at 11 p.m. Doesn't seem like any foam or any snow is falling. The tracks are still here, obviously. It's 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 minutes using one of those. That seems important. Seems very important. Only if we had a thing of like when she was found in her room. I don't know. I'm actually hitting a wall here on what they want me to do. Let's see. I say the big thing is there's no tracks going away from the temple, only coming to it. Which means that it would have had to have been... But where does it want me to say that? Press this one further again. Ah, I see. Never thought of it that way. Sorry guys, I've hit a wall. I don't actually know what this game wants me to say. I got like 4 different things, but... However, if you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Curses! You know, if she died from blood loss, I feel like they would have a... I feel like this indication would be more like 11 to 12, but 10 to 11. That's weird. Regardless, I think I've actually hit a super wall here, guys. And I have no idea what they want from me. Welcome back, Sivia. I've hit a wall. I don't know exactly what where they want me to say this. There's no track that says that they left. Is the big thing. There's no indication that she actually left, because that would have gone right on this footprint path that Phoenix left. And, like, he would have noticed that too. Attempt to just present it right here. Right here, right? Through the weapon Eagle Ripper? No, wait, that'd be the weapon. Tracks indicate the snowmobile had been used. So I guess here is where they want it. Oh, that's not it. Nope. They did not want it there. Fortunately, I'm afraid that I can't accept that. Well done, Your Honor. That was a test. I was only testing you just now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Looks like I shouldn't have spoken in haste. I read every line. Yeah, reporting went to the main gate. Tracks indicate no one used. Explain us to watch the... I mean, I guess the Dusky Bridge one. Nope, wrong one again. Darn all these pictures. I got like 5 photos here. Nope. Now you're throwing me off, Reborn. I have no idea what they want me to do. Like, I know the solution, but I don't know what they want me to say. And Edgeworth taking hits is not a fan of that. Let's see here. Read what line? You have to specify which line I'm supposed to read, because there's so many. From main gate to Dusty Bridge. Look at this map real quick. Nope, there goes that idea. I did check the photo. Wrong one. This is it. Main gate to Dusky Bridge. I guess it would be this, because it's the only other one that says that. Like, I'm sorry I'm dumb. I am dumb. Well, I'm gonna go with this. Any objections before I press present? When in doubt, present evidence to everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know, let me see again. So taking the name from Rain Bridge, Dusky Bridge, main gate to Dusky Bridge. Yeah, this photograph proves something. Proves that the snowmobile was used in the night of the murder, blah blah blah. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, what the witness says is true. Why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? I don't know how big of a delay I'm on, so... What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon in the river, and then returned. If this was the case, naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks in the snow, from those heading out of the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. Eh? On the night of the murder, it was snowing. Okay, this is where I'm gonna go. Yeah, okay. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? The flaw in her theory? The idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks? Contradiction. The tracks of the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there's a rude index finger currently pointing in my general direction? It's because I was pointing it in your direction. No need, the evidence will do all the talking for me. Or dispose of the murder weapon, the outcome tracks were erased by the snow, eh? So claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edward, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence of the outgoing tracks were not covered by the snow. That'd be the weather report.
Take that!
Take that. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. This is the weather report for the Eagle Mountain the night of the murder. Weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped around 10:50. Therefore, when Sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks to be made after the time, at that time, to have been covered up. Ah, I feel like he invited her here just to be beat up. Order in the court. Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. And also, that pun was terrible. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is the weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Ah! Forecast data, all weather reports have inaccuracies. It could have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11. That's conjecture, but can't be totally sure, eh? Hey, Sanosuke, how's it going? What? How did you pull that off? Is this what Phoenix feels like when I do that? It stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple and the murder took place, eh? You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back now, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. You get that from... Oh, I can't say that, can I? Where do you evidence that they had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I guess her body. Not that one. Yeah, her body has no snow on it.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, by proving that is... incredibly easy. Huh? If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception, and that is... the victim herself, Miss Elise. Oh, that's a good one. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Order in the court. What are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it could be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were gone. Then this person returned to Hazakura Temple. The snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks were made. Can I say something? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There's only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the right in question, we know the defendant had it. How do you know that? The key was found in her room after the murder. Which only can mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. Okay. Snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right, but then... what odd is, when I left Iris to return to the Hazakura Temple... I was gonna say, I was like, shouldn't you have seen it? I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple... it was was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that is impossible. What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it at the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we arrived at this point due to the witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. Well then, still leaves us only the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify if I had seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge that night? I don't think it's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering around in that. Well, unless they had something really important to do, and were an idiot. Yeah, that's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have been gone wandering out that subarctic night. Your Honor, I actually have an idea. There may be one individual able to help us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. 1, he's an idiot. Oh, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, this individual that I am thinking of when I'm wandering outside that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Well, who is this idiot you're talking about? Take that! This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deluxe Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, the student of the victim, Elise. Her student? Interesting. Why was he wandering around the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them about his designs for Iris, but it may cost his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly is it that he saw? How would I know? I intend to extract that information from him right now in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. Is he even around? I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him, if he isn't trying to sneak out at this very moment. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see the preparing next witness. Understood. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. To be continued. Well, other than that small hiccup, I think that went pretty well. I apologize for that, but you know. I knew what they wanted, just didn't know where they wanted it. But should we take a break for now? It is getting pretty late. I don't really want to stop in the middle of a trial. Well, that depends. How long do you think this trial's going to go on for? That's the big question, I think. At the very least, we can talk to... Excuse me, Mr. Edwin. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. Oh. I presented it on like 3 different ones. So, I don't know. 2 things in which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I hope you make it. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in training hall. Now, either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edward, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. Second thing then, that night the temple snowmobile was used between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to that murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one that used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you, but why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edward. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until our safety is confirmed. Her? Safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte? Must be talking about Maya. I am pretty worried about Maya. Iris, look at me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought, no Cyclock. That was also odd phrasing. Very well. My job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. I did it on all the ones that were related to traveling. Court will now reconvene. Miss Montgomery, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness— oh, he's sketching Iris, I bet. He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Oh, he was drawing Von Karma. I can only presume his intention was captured. Ow! Anyway, it's time to drag the pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. I expected him to be drawing Iris in the defendant's chair, but no, he drawed Karma. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. And for once, I don't care. Ouch! Why? I didn't even say anything. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey! I was just an artistically running ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Hey look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist, training in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the field, isn't it? Working in the field? I presume you wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. Just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize your mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, crimson lake. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Why me? Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Almost too much for me. You've been in court like 4 times now. 3 times now? 3 or 4 times. I was in the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars at night. Walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't meet anyone at the bridge that night. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Don't ask me. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody, nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite the severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. That's not a good thing to say in court. No touching, thank you. Delve into that other details another time. Also, I'm out of water. If we don't finish by 7:20, I'll probably take a break, but I think we have enough time for that.
Hold it!
Hold it! Whatever's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? There's one single statement so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any ideas to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may let my whip have its way. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't have possibly even seen stars. Rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even the stars could have been seen. It isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Ow, why? There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? Well, there once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet. Real love is about weighing your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's attention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No. That was simply a product of overflowing love. Ow. Why? Huffy, puffy, lousy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whipping, whining wuss of a witness. So, what'd you see? Hopefully you saw a snowmobile. You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, he called one of those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. I mean, he's been called worse. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, I don't need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up. What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Seems I need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike a blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I don't really get this character at all. Like, these guys constantly do good things for him, and he just constantly is like, I can't tell you anything. I can't help it all. Someone died, I don't care. I can't tell you anything that makes me feel flustered. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some birdie and plane, okay? Come on, I expect to see those crimson-like faces now. Simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edwith. Indeed. He just slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. What do they want me to do about this? I mean, not seeing anyone at the bridge is an obvious contradiction right away, because he saw Phoenix there at the very least. Is that what they want me to present, I wonder? Like, he did see Phoenix. He's the one that called the police. But they also want me to say something about that snowmobile, because he can't seem to do anything about that. He can't seem to say the word. I kind of want to try presenting Phoenix, just to see what he says to that. Like, you met Phoenix, you were there. But I don't know if that'll actually do anything. Meh.
Objection!
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. Ah, brutal. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you are has been considered to step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? Certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the instance you created. Totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder took place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. Yeah, that's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. Wow, the Canadian judge giving sass to Larry. What do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self. What you saw that night. Testify truthfully. That is all you can do for now. Edgy, I think. Finally woken up. Well, I guess I can still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure, but this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What'd you see on the night of the murder? I kind of wish these judges had names, so I could actually differ them besides just, this guy has an orange beard, the other one has a white beard, you know? Went to the shack around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. Lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. Really saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? Like me after 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cause the burning remains what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. Nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. As always, hard to know when he should be called lucky or unlucky. I like that she actually seemed a little bit worried. It's like, oh no. How could I beat him if he's already dead? It had been about 10:30 p.m. Lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Looked out the window, Dusky Bridge was on fire. It was thunder, but I went right away to check it out.
Hold it!
This is the one I had an issue with. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? Lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack from where you are the bridge? Blah blah blah, I think I butchered that sentence. Now hold on. Pretty much stopped snowing. Guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? Why did you go to the bridge? Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with a serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Eh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with the towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. Reason, my reason. No, I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have the time to, okay? The basis for his fighting game appearance? What does that mean? Like, he survived a fall, so they were like, okay, this guy can go in a fighting game? I'm gonna ask the other question. Why'd you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It's really cold. Didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give us testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay. Reasoning, is it?
Hold it!
Hold it, what? So you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. Not something you see every day. A real spectacle. Like, really special. Can we really trust a witness who's unable to pronounce spectacle? Visual fighting style, something like really lucky? Yeah, I guess I guess the bridge fall would do that. My motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. Ah, why? I'll give you a few hits too if you'd like, with my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. Looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Looks like it changed the answer, so I can change it back to the one about Phoenix. Kind of weird that they didn't just add that behind that one.
Hold it!
Hold it! You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah, I thought I'd better tell someone about this. Then Nick came up yelling about murder. Told her maybe forget about the bridge. Fire was pretty much out then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contracting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. You told me about the bridge. Yeah, that time frame doesn't make sense. Wrong one. There's so many notes.
Objection!
Yeah, this one. That's like 15 minutes. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure you can grasp this or not. But hey, Edgy, maybe sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. Problem here is time. Never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at this. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike at Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45. So it takes less than 5 minutes to shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m. Sounds about right, I guess. Then Nick showed up at his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There was no way Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time. Ah, excuse me. I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do you have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Lawrence. It has not been proven the murder occurred at 11 p.m. Sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery, but there's still no way Wright could have been there at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge that was burning that night. He did not arrive there until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. Wright did not make it there at least 11:15. You're still trying to hide something from us. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just woke up. Guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. This guy's a loser. Why is he talking about sleeping? Ow. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much a problem. Yeah, not much problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there's a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Did you simply watch the bridge burn? That is the problem here. Even after the bridge burnt out, he was still there. He simply stood there and didn't report anything. That's what it sounds like. This might be Larry we were talking about. Even he's incapable of being so stupid. I don't know about that. Has to be a reason for this inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes? Hey, really say it this time. Everything. Ow! Then say it. I swear, if it's about that stupid origami thing, I will whip you. Because I already know about that. It was hilarious. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. Now the witness finally give the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. What were you doing, witness? I'm a D-Nux. I don't know how to say it, okay? I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into the frenzy art. Shock and all that I was feeling. Transferred all of it directly to Paige. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out. He came running up. But artists can be strangeful. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. But if you were drawing it... Where is it? Where's the picture? One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprising and believable sword, especially considering the source. So why do you think you needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag out the reason from him. I said the words wrong, but the intention was there. You'll regret this, Edgy. I shouldn't. You are a terrible friend. Nick is in the hospital, and you're being such a rude guy.
Hold it!
Sketching the burning bridge and everything that came with it, even this fair lady. What, came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. Sketch of mine is out. Why? Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. That doesn't appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edward. What should I do? Got a terrible feeling as the sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Look at the sketch. I doubt he even has one, kind of. What if you could show us your sketch, please? Well. Even I couldn't imagine it turned out like this. Imagine what? That Lawrence and the above take place here. Today. Like this. Show it now. Okay. Steel yourselves. This is... First off, that looks like a crown drawing, and surprisingly, it's not terrible. Why is there a burning woman over top of it? Well, so this is the Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? It's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. Has the bravery to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine, but what is that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan out our future, you know? You know this implies she's on fire and dead, right? What happened to her if she injured herself flying like that? Larry, please. Answer the next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. You... Are you high? Whoa. The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Ow, why? What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there's some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. About 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Why me? Witness is your friend, is he not? accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. I would not call this man my friend. Acquaintance, perhaps. But Edward, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what do you think, might it be peace? Get that thing away from me. Guess Edwards is gonna take it. Can't wait for him to show it to Phoenix. Just look, Larry drew this. Oh, it's surprisingly good. Why is there a flying person? Her white hood fluttering, huh?
Objection!
Objection! She didn't have one. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Give you a whole $1 if that's the truth. $1 whole, hmm? If that's truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. And that might be. The person who flew over the bridge could not have seen the defendant, could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Yeah, why? A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish, foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry, according to this picture, that individual whom you say saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. It was what told me this floating angel was my Iris. So it is my darling Iris. Iris is my darling Iris. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the fences bench. But once I completely agree. Larry, there's something we need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. He's gonna yell about that. They're gonna change your story now, perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. He is a bird. He is a phoenix, which means he was on fire. But I don't think he'd wear them. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris' hood? Yep, I know. Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Heh. Yeah, why? What is it now, witness? Feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Andrew, today's the day I get completely stupefy you. What? What does the meaning of your outburst, witness? Hate to have to do this, but I have definite evidence. Definitive? Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Lawrence, but shall prove it. Okay. Expect to ask this again, but shall we need your testimony once again? Shows you evidence that the nightmare is actually reality. Okay, hope you're ready, Eddie. I'm gonna feed you a whopping service plan. Service of pain. I've been serving us whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Wow. Actually, I have a question. I noticed when the picture came up. Do I have anything that's... Is that Heavenly Hall? I see. I think I can see this coming. He did have a picture earlier where he was on his back. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for it, letting me find the beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. That looks really spooky with blood on it, not gonna lie, but we already know what that's for. Sure, Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. What do you mean by that? Your teacher is the one that had that. This one. Pretty, isn't it? It's also covered in blood. I'm just gonna keep that on there. That sphere. Where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right. It was half buried in the snow. I'd pretty much stopped snowing by then. There was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Or accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. Something on it, isn't there? Oh my, it's a blood stain. What? A blood stain? Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Lawrence only a few minutes ago? Why not Master Lawrence? Should I just present a photo of Elise? Cause... Hold it! Hang on, I'm gonna press this one just cause. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reason you thought that it was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, gut is never wrong. Met that old bikini next morning. Crystal sphere is still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions of the testimony would be easy. But I fear that all this waits us for further mysteries. Yeah, I mean... with like the other ones, they just have their own quirks where it's like, yeah, we just want to have this attitude, but Larry actively tries to go against you. You know? Like, Larry actively hides things from you just because he might get embarrassed. But yeah, objection, your teacher has this, man. That night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was the student? Wow. Miss Elise, you know, your teacher, the mentor to a stupid idiot, the victim. Yeah, I think the only reason he isn't held in contempt is just because, I don't know, the court system's pretty bad here. Yeah, Wendy is just kind of a old woman with an attitude, but she's not necessarily a bad person. And Lotta's just a little crazy. But Larry is a jerk and he's aware he's a jerk, you know? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. Hey, that's my photograph, give it back. Ouch! A crystal sphere like this one is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my bridge. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What? I think they used every sprite they had of him there. So what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing a hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. One who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim. Objection! Alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. I mean, they probably could fly with some wires, but there are only 2 wires here. You can't do that, I saw it with my own 2 Ow! This crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize this as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise was in her room the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, the sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma, The only people who accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? For both of those reasons, the victim's sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that has nothing to do with this case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There was blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? It naturally suggests it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw investigation on the scent. Same reason he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? I mean, I'm the killer? Ow, why? Enough joking. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe it is related to the case. Makes a valid point. There's no evidence that Elise left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow the crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, this case is going to be transformed to something else entirely. And then I'm going to give it to Phoenix. Ha ha ha. What's your final opinion on disposition of this crystal sphere? Not related to the case? The witness would recall of nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Well, he was, but... Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yeah. Of course I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. What would Phoenix Wright do if he were here today? I'm sure he'd object to a thing or two. That's what Phoenix Wright would do. Allow me to prove something to you. I'll prove this crystal sphere's vital link to solving this case. You'll do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. Now we gotta have Phoenix Wright with Edward's outfit on. And Edward's hair. Prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder. What do they want me to say for this one? I mean, other than the staff being at the murder scene, I guess. I feel like they want something here too. There's also the weather thing. Isn't that beautiful? I guess the staff is the only thing that really sticks out to me. And maybe the weather report too. But there's no way for it to get all the way over there without her having died by the bridge. Right? Let's do this just in case I die. I don't think I will die, but just in case.
Take that!
Take that! Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Miles Edgeworth? Go, go, Edgy, do it, prove it. Win, win, win. Is cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous calls of ravens. Well, that was not it. So saying it, hey, it was covered in snow. Apparently not a thing I can do. What do they want? So sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. So that gets rid of both of my things, I think. Already taking a bunch of hits from this one. I don't even think I pressed the button for those, did I? No, I did. Okay, they went out. Also, I need to minimize that real quick, because that's an issue. Here we go. Sometimes the screen will leave a line if I have that open too long. Let's see here. Oh, I guess it would be the tracks, huh? Right? What? What am I being sassed about now? Would that prove, though? I don't know if they want that. What? What did OP get? I don't get it. I feel like I'm being thrown off here. It'd be nice if the orb was just in this picture. Let's see, found out covered, has blood on it. You could say that the orb is different from this one, but that's not what they're asking right now. What do they want for me? I feel bad getting stuck on two walls. Probably the same evidence, too. I wouldn't mind one, yeah. I've already failed twice, so it's like I can't really get much worse. Let's see, it could be that it's covered in blood. But that doesn't really fit either. Because we don't know what the main murder weapon was. Can't prove things? Well, I kind of have to prove things. Like I already said, yes, I can prove that. Or do I just have to take a hit? And it'll reset to where I don't have to say I can prove things. All I want to know is, can I prove this or not? If that's going to reveal it, then I don't know. If I can prove it, then there's an answer here. I feel like there is proof here. The fact that he says it was covered in snow kind of proves that alone. But I guess they don't believe him. If I can't prove it, then whatever. I'm not going to test this again. Are you familiar with this phrase, Miles Edgeworth? But I don't like this. I do not like this part of the game. Because it's like... what will you do from here? One more chance, Your Honor. Turn back after calling all this way. I think I have to prove it now, because it's not letting me not do that. So, either the game wants me to die here, or you might be thinking of a different part. It does have blood on it. I'm gonna try presenting this.
Take that!
Nope. Let me try taking two hits. Maybe that'll actually reset it. The only one that fits is this one. No, it does not let me... Okay, so you can do this one.
Take that!
What I was saying, but whatever. I was right. Game just didn't want me to say with the weather report, I guess. And you just present the sphere. So, you know, good job, Sanosuke. But it's okay, Civvy, don't worry about it. It's not like I know what's going on. But still, that's what I was saying. And they just do not care. Had period snow, right? That's right. Hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even though it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of murder. As proven earlier today, there was no snow in the victim's body. You know, the two things I presented, but whatever. The crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. Yeah, the weather report totally should work. But whatever, it's fine. Night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose. What could have happened? What could have that been? This sphere is there's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this juncture. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection!
Objection! The murder didn't take place in Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool suggests a fool's place of absolute foolishness. Then who is the fool, and which part is foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been praying any intention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. The sister saw the victim being killed in the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. You want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body? That would be when the blade is removed. That statement is the truth. The Dusky Bridge could have been easily very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder was not removed. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Ellis was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes of travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You suggest someone carried the body all that way. I've made it this far. Only one place to take this to the end. I just need to prove the possibility it happened as I presume. That would be tracks.
Take that!
Take that! On that snowy night, there was one way the body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Now, as we know, the snowmobiles used that night, for some reason not covered in blood or anything. Explained as to have been used to dispose of the murder weapon. Also been used to carry a body. Order in the fort, yeah. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edward. Throw yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. She doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin. Heh. You're too late, Francisca von Kama. In fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown this case requires for further investigation. What? Where was the victim? Ellis really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. Objection. This witness certainly sits on the edge of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Jeez. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he's enamored. He drew this so as something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy. Thank you. Even though you called me the lowest branch of humanity. Even though he's not a murderer, so he's not the lowest branch. He's just really, really low. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. Just as I thought. Francisca von Kama, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me. There's one reason and one reason alone for me being here, to expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it to Wright. Really? That's what it's all about? You could have just told me from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had a frenzy whipped out. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame. Ow! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to the legal system stands for. She's gonna die. I demand satisfaction. He's dead. Murder! Murder in the court! I cannot believe the witness' testimony relates to an actual event. Some sort of answer to this question all raises. Have his words ever been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, there's the matters that should be addressed. I'm counting thorough investigation by the both defense and prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Does have a point. Well, we did it. I had a lot of hiccups. We're at 31 Phoenix deaths. 31 feathers have been plucked from this Phoenix. But I believe that is going to be it for today, everybody. I may come back later tonight for a stream, but that remains to be seen. I did it with a little bit of nudging. But, you know, almost halfway through, geez. That's good and bad to hear, because that means I have to move on to the next game. But regardless, that's going to be it for today, for Phoenix Wright at the very least. Why are we in the Hottie Clinic? That seems like a really bad place to go for Phoenix. That weird doctor's there. I hope he's not going to be a witness. Yeah, I just noticed that. But regardless, that's going to be it for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my bad reading and my terrible wall hiccups. And I will see you guys possibly later tonight. But who knows for sure. be sure to check out Sivia's puzzle solving, if that is tonight. See you later.